Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Native Echo Podcast, where we make English simple and enjoyable. I'm Harper, and once again, it's just me today. Julian is off somewhere, probably napping, so it's you and me again. Grab something warm to drink, and let's settle in. This is part 5 of our phrases series. We're going to look at the same kinds of useful everyday phrases, but with brand new examples, so you can hear them in different situations and let them really sink in. No pressure, no memorizing. Just listen and relax. Let's begin with a bit more. A bit more means a little extra of something. Yesterday, I was wrapping a gift for my sister, and the paper wasn't quite enough, so I thought, I just need a bit more. A bit more paper. Just a small extra amount. You can use it with almost anything. A bit more space, a bit more salt, a bit more confidence. When I started this podcast, I needed a bit more courage than I expected. A bit more. It's such a soft, friendly little phrase. Whenever you want just a little extra, reach for a bit more. And right beside it, we have a bit of something. A bit of means a small amount of something. This morning, I had a bit of toast and a bit of fruit. A bit of. Just a small amount. Nothing big. You can say, I need a bit of advice, or there's a bit of confusion here. I always like to start my day with a bit of silence before I check my phone. A bit of silence. It really sets the mood. A bit of. Small, gentle, and everywhere in everyday English. Now let's look at access to something. Access to means you are able to reach or use something. For example, last weekend I visited a friend who lives way out in the countryside, and she has no access to fast internet. No access to. It means she can't easily use it. You can have access to a library, access to a gym, access to good food. When I was a student, I didn't have access to a quiet study room, so I worked in cafes instead. Access to. It's a practical, slightly formal phrase, and it sounds great in real conversations and in writing too. Here's a warm one. After all. We use after all to remind someone of a reason, often something we both already know. For example, my friend was nervous about starting a new job, and I told her, You'll be fine. You've done this before, after all. After all. It gently brings back a fact that makes everything make sense. Let me give you another. I treated myself to a slice of cake yesterday, and I thought, why not? It's my birthday month, after all. After all. It has this kind, understanding feeling. Of course, it makes sense when you remember the reason. Now, let's go to a great deal. A great deal means a lot, a large amount. My grandmother knows a great deal about cooking. A great deal. It sounds a touch more elegant than just saying a lot. I've learned a great deal from making these episodes. A great deal. And here's a lovely variation. A great deal better. This means much better, a lot better. After a good walk in the fresh air, I always feel a great deal better. A great deal better. You were stressed, and now you're a great deal better. It's a strong, graceful way to show big improvement. And then a great deal of something. This means a large amount of something. There was a great deal of excitement when the new cafe opened near my house. A great deal of excitement. You can have a great deal of work, a great deal of patience, a great deal of joy. Learning a language takes a great deal of effort, but it's so worth it. A great deal of effort. So next time, instead of a lot of, try a great deal of. It makes your English sound a bit more polished. Let's move to aim to do something. To aim to do something means to have a goal, to plan it, to try for it. For example, this month I aim to go to bed earlier. I aim to. That's my goal. I'm working on it. A bakery might say, we aim to bake everything fresh each morning. It shows clear purpose. This year, I aim to call my old friends more often. That's my personal aim. So, what do you aim to do? Maybe you aim to understand a whole episode without pausing. If so, keep going. You're getting there. Now, here's one I really love because it's so beautifully human. A kind of. A kind of means a type of something, but we also use it for a soft, uncertain feeling we can't quite explain. For example, before my friend even called me, I had a kind of feeling she had good news. A kind of feeling. It's not clear or strong, it's gentle and a little mysterious. Have you ever walked outside and felt a kind of calm in the air? A kind of calm. You sense it, but you can't fully describe it. You can also say, it's a kind of soup, or he's a kind of artist, a type of. But that soft version, a kind of feeling, is the one I find most lovely. Now, a little bit. A little bit means a small amount, and we often use it to soften things. I'm a little bit sleepy this afternoon. A little bit. A little bit shy, a little bit excited, a little bit unsure. Instead of saying, I'm nervous, you can say, I'm a little bit nervous. It feels softer, kinder. Are you a little bit tired of hearing me say a little bit? That's okay. A little bit of repetition helps it stick. And then a little more. A little more means a small extra amount. Could you speak a little more slowly? A little more. It's very close to a bit more. A little more time, a little more kindness, a little more rest. I always tell myself just a little more effort, and then I can relax. A little more. It's gentle and encouraging. Let's look at along with something or along with someone. Along with means together with, in addition to. For example, I packed my umbrella along with my jacket because the sky looked gray. Along with. They go together. You can say, he arrived along with his whole family. Along with his family. It means together with them. On Sundays, I enjoy a slow breakfast along with a good book. Along with. Whenever two things come as a pair, along with is perfect. Now, a lot more. A lot more means much more, a big extra amount. After I started sleeping properly, I had a lot more energy. A lot more. It's stronger than a little more. A little more is small. A lot more is big. There's a lot more to explore in English, but we take it one step at a time. A lot more. And honestly, you understand a lot more than you give yourself credit for. A lot more. Okay, here's a handy one. Alternative to something. An alternative to means a different option, another choice, instead of the usual. For example, on a hot day, a cold smoothie is a refreshing alternative to coffee, an alternative to coffee. If you don't want the usual thing, you pick the alternative. Taking the stairs is a healthy alternative to the elevator, an alternative to. I'm always searching for an alternative to scrolling on my phone at night, but I'll admit it's a struggle. An alternative to. Great phrase whenever you want to suggest a different choice. Now let's do and so on. And so on means and other similar things. We use it at the end of a list when we don't want to name everything. For example, in my bag, I carry my keys, my wallet, my headphones, and so on. And so on. It means and more things like that. You give a few examples, then you say, and so on. I love rainy day activities, reading, baking, watching films, and so on. And so on. It keeps your sentence short and natural instead of going on forever. And finally, let's finish with apart from. Apart from can mean except for, or it can mean as well as. Let me show you both. First, except for. Apart from a little traffic, my morning was smooth. Apart from a little traffic, everything was fine, only one small exception. And second, as well as. Apart from listening to podcasts, I also keep a small vocabulary notebook. Apart from listening, it means in addition to that. So apart from has two meanings, and the sentence around it tells you which one. Apart from being a bit chilly, today is a beautiful day. Apart from. All right, let's take a slow, calm breath and do our gentle recap. I'll say the phrase, and you try to remember the meaning before I tell you. Ready? A bit more, a little extra of something, a bit of something, a small amount of something, access to something, being able to reach or use something. After all, a gentle way to remind someone of a reason. A great deal, a lot, a large amount. A great deal better, much better, a lot better. A great deal of something, a large amount of something. Aim to do something, to have a goal, to plan to do it. A kind of, a type of something, or a soft, uncertain feeling. A little bit, a small amount, used to soften things. A little more, a small extra amount. Along with, together with, in addition to. A lot more, much more, a big extra amount. Alternative to something, a different option, another choice. And so on, and other similar things. And apart from, except for, or as well as. That's our list for part 5. The same friendly phrases, but now you've heard them in fresh situations, which is exactly how they start to feel natural. Try using 1 or 2 this week. Maybe tell someone you feel a great deal better, or ask for a little more time. Every time you use them, they become more yours. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Which phrase will you try first this week? Write it in the comments. Even one short sentence is wonderful practice. For example, you could write, apart from a bit of tiredness, I'm doing well. See? You're already using it. Thank you so much for spending this quiet time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Native Echo Podcast and give it a like. It really helps a great deal. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, you're doing a little better every single day. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.